Hello and welcome. This is not just a lesson. This is a journey. Today you will practice English with a real and inspiring story. A story about a woman who listened to nature long before the world did. Her name is Jane Goodall. In this lesson, I will speak slowly and use clear words. Your part is to listen and repeat after me. This method is called shadowing. You hear my voice, you copy the sound, and you follow the rhythm. It's one of the best ways to improve your pronunciation and fluency, so take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, let's begin. Part 1, A Curious Mind. Long ago in England, a little girl loved to watch the world. While other children played with toys, Jane watched ants, birds, and dogs. She didn't just look, she asked questions. Why do animals move like that? Why do they stay together? How do they feel? Her mother saw this special light inside her and said, "If you want something, work for it." Those words stayed in Jane's heart. At night, Jane dreamed of Africa. She pictured big trees, a warm wind, and wild animals. People around her smiled and said, "That is too far. That is too hard." But Jane smiled back and thought, "One day I will go." She studied hard. She saved every penny she could. She waited for her chance. And one day, her dream opened the door. Part 2, The Call of Africa. Jane crossed the ocean with a small bag and a very big heart. When she arrived in Africa, the air felt alive. Birds sang beautiful songs. Leaves rustled in the breeze. The land itself seemed to breathe. Near a wide lake, Jane made a simple camp. There was no city, no comfort. There was only nature. Every morning, she would walk quietly into the forest. She always carried a notebook. She would find a spot and sit perfectly still. Far away, chimpanzees jumped in the trees. When they saw her, they ran, but Jane did not chase them. She waited. Days passed, and then weeks. Slowly, the chimps started to look back. They stayed longer. They watched her watching them. Jane learned their faces, their moods, their friendships. She saw that they were not just objects, they were families. And then, one soft, quiet moment changed everything. A chimp came close, very close. He reached out his hand. Jane held her breath. In that silence, trust was born. Part 3, A World-Changing Discovery. One warm morning, Jane sat on a hill, watching quietly as always. Then she saw something truly special. A chimp picked up a thin stick. He carefully pushed it into a hole in the ground. He pulled it out, covered in insects, and ate them. Jane froze. Then she saw it again. Another chimp did the same thing. They were using tools. Before this incredible moment, people believed only humans could make and use tools. Jane wrote furiously in her notebook, her heart beating hard with excitement. When scientists first heard her story, some of them laughed. Some doubted her, but Jane had proof. Soon cameras came and the whole world watched. They saw a young woman sitting calmly with wild animals. Science changed forever that day. We learned something powerful. Animals think, animals feel, animals connect. Jane didn't just study chimpanzees. She discovered the power of relationship. Part 4, From Observer to Protector. Years passed. The forest began to shrink. Trees fell. Animals lost their homes. A sad silence started to replace the beautiful songs of the forest. Jane watched as baby chimps disappeared. Hunters came, and she heard mothers crying for their lost young. Her heart grew heavy. She realized something important. Watching was not enough anymore. So Jane stood up. She left the forest and began to travel the world. She went to cities, schools, and countries. She spoke gently, but with a clear, strong message. We must protect what we all share. She did not speak with anger. She spoke with hope. Children listen. Leaders listen. Jane became a voice for the quiet creatures of the world. Part 5. A Living Legacy. Jane created programs to protect both animals and people. She helped forests grow again. She helped young minds grow strong. She taught one simple but powerful idea. Every single action matters. Planting one tree, speaking one kind word, making one good choice. All of these small things create a big movement. Even after her passing, her incredible work continues. Her dream now walks in many hearts. And now it can walk in yours too. Finally, your voice matters. Today, you did more than just listen. You spoke. You followed. You practiced. Shadowing is power. Each time you repeat these words, your English becomes clearer. Your confidence grows stronger and your voice becomes more real. Like Jane, you don't need a lot of noise to change things. You just need consistency. Come back to this video. Practice again. Speak again. Your story is still being written. Keep listening. Keep speaking. And keep believing in yourself. Thank you for joining me on this journey. See you next time.